Motherfucking mini episode. Mini episode. Motherfucking mini episode.
If you ever see me fighting in the forest with a grizzly bear, help the bear. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another phenomenal episode of My Momma Told Me,
the podcast where we dive deep into the pockets of black conspiracy theories.
And we finally work to prove the theories that you, the listener, have at home. It's a motherfucking mini episode. God damn it, we're here.
We are ready to do it. We're here. I don't know anything that rhymes with queer right off the top of my head. There's pride. I was trying to incorporate it, but we're not queer. We are queer compliant. That's not the word. We are.
Yeah, we passed our queer inspections, if that's what you're worried about.
Don't call OSHA. I love Paris is Burning. And
ain't no lawsuits over here.
Come on, baby. No, we are queer.
Friendly. Advocates.
That's better. Why did I think tolerant?
Lovers.
Yeah.
Tolerant is a nasty little word, isn't it?
It seems like you don't like it.
It seems like you actively have to keep yourself from gagging around it, but somehow you manage.
Right. It's like a coworker who smells bad or something. You're like, I'm talking.
Yeah, we're like, fuck. All right. Yeah, I'm not gonna say nothing because
Rick's here.
I'm Langston Kerman.
I'm David Borey, not Rick.
And not Rick. You're no Rick to me. And we got an email from a person named Cord. Cord sent us an email.
Who I think has sent us one before, too, by the way.
Yeah, I think so, too. Oh, you're going to read this one.
Yeah.
I'm jumping the gun, and I apologize.
It's okay, man. I'll read it.
Yeah, you got it.
All right. This is from Cord. The subject line, New Year's Eve traditions, watch night. Dear Langston and David, very, very great intro, by the way.
Nice formal intro. Super respectful.
Come on. You're
not trying to wow us.
Nope.
Not trying to, just a businessman doing business.
Come on. I was listening to an old episode of the show, as I always do, because they never get old. Come on, Cord.
I like this Cord character. He's a nice guy.
Or woman, I'm not sure. You did an episode about New Year's Eve traditions, but you did not get to my least favorite one. When I was a kid in high school, instead of letting me go hang out at a friend's house, my mom would take me to church on New Year's Eve. She claimed that it was a thing that black slaves used to do because on this night, all of the whites would be too drunk to be on patrol, I guess. That's pretty true. So the slaves would watch, quote unquote, watch out for the best time to escape. Is there any history to this? No 14-year-old wants to spend New Year's Eve in church, except probably a young, goofy Langston. God damn.
Fuck. You were so nice before, Cord. God damn it.
Damn. And then, by the way, I went to see Langston perform live a couple years ago in D.C., and it was very funny. I was in D.C. a year ago. I didn't say shit.
I haven't been to D.C. in some time.
Yeah. We were in D.C. No, we should go to D.C.
We're going to hopefully go to D.C. this year.
Yeah, I got to get some of that mojo sauce, mumbo sauce. Thank you guys for all that you do. Respectfully, Cord. Have you heard anything about this?
I certainly knew that a lot of black people go to church on New Year's Eve. That felt like something that I just thought was church-going ass people deciding that what better way to start fresh than to start with the Lord. I don't think I ever considered that this was an escape tactic as it's being presented, which is interesting.
It is interesting. So my initial pushback, first of all, is the idea that, like, I feel like if there were a bunch of slaves who escaped on New Year's Eve, one New Year's, the next New Year's, they would all be looking out for that shit.
Right. You're saying you don't believe that there's like that they've just cooked that into the books where it's like, well, on New Year's, at least a few of them are going to escape. But
Right. Like, it seems
that just
like,
is what it is.
Like, it seems like to me, if I was trying to run off, you got to pick like a random Wednesday. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. It's escape nights got to be our own special tradition, not a joint one that we share with the people who enslave us.
Right. Maybe it's like one that they don't know the dates of, like a Chinese New Year's situation. Not that I mean, not that you can't look up the dates of Chinese New Year. I don't know the dates.
Back then, you couldn't.
Legally.
Back then, Internet Explorer wasn't popping like that.
Nope. It was Netscape Navigator or whatever.
Yeah, you had to really search back then. So I bet they were like Chinese New Year. Let's all meet up for escape day.
Okay, so Olivia sent us something. What do you think before we read what Olivia sent, though?
Well, here's what I'll say is I certainly do buy the camaraderie of an escape plan, right? And the idea that like taking advantage of when slave owners are at their weakest seems legitimate and something that I support. I have feel like there are a couple plot holes in the idea of gathering on New Year's and going to church in order to escape. Like you could just escape. You don't have to go to a place to get out of a place. You could just go. Right. And so I wonder how much of that is a logical misstep, but I'm curious to learn more. I'm not completely unsold on this conspiracy.
I do agree that church seems like the worst fucking place to be on New Year's ever.
Yeah, no, I don't want that at all.
Oh, that sounds bad as hell. Especially as a young boy. It's like New Year, you could at least get kissed on New Year's.
Yeah, I have a good friend who goes to church every year on New Year's, but he don't stay through midnight. He like goes at like the early, like 8 p.m. service, and then he goes and does like, naughty shit with the rest of us.
Secular things.
Yeah, it's like I respect that, but I'm not giving my midnight up to God. You know what I mean?
No, I don't want him anywhere near what I'm trying to do at midnight.
Come on, baby. Not on my watch.
That being said, I truly, I'm not a big New Year's guy. I've never had one come through the way that I wanted it to be.
Never once.
I have never had that truly. I've had some that were fun, but I think especially when I was younger, like let's say like 16 to 24 type of age, I think that I was always looking for those truly like that kind of hallmark New Year's experience. And I never got it. A lot of times it would just be trying to go from party to party, like trying to find a better thing, trying to trade up. And and then since I like a low key New Year's now.
You know what the years that really paid off the best for me were when I was young and in that clubbing ass era, but also spent the money on the bullshit New Year's party. Like that's the one that like because you don't trade up when you do that shit. If you spent like the $200 or whatever it is for like the big ticket that guarantees you the glass of champagne at midnight, whatever the fucking bullshit party is, everybody locks in and they really fucking party because they wasted all their money already.
That is smart. Because I would always be like, oh, I heard about this. But it would be like, nah, but that ain't worth it. There's going to be a bunch of loot. Like, I always thought I could find something cooler, and I just never found myself. It was always just in a room with a bunch of people I already knew. You know what I mean? Just like in a different surrounding, or like a bar with a bunch of people. I never had that big, like, I never met a new girl on New Year's. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, you had to really, and I'm not proud of all of the choices I made, but you had to really spend some bread to get the vulnerable people all at once you know what I mean? We're all just fucking exposed especially to the elements.
In fact, I had a New Year's where I kissed a girl who was a bad girl, and I was like, I think this is going to curse my year.
I think you took something from the potential I could have had this year.
Yeah, I was like, oh no, that's how I started? Like,
And you know what else it was? You know what else it was? Is I was spending like $150, $200 to go to the club in Chicago, in Boston.
That's
It's
pretty cool.
freezing fucking cold you know what I mean? New Year's night. So everybody leaves the house without jackets or like their smallest shit, just trying to get into the club and just stay there the whole time
That's
because
smart.
you going back out, you're exposed to the elements, you're fucking, you know what I mean? Like, and here we are the new just New Year's community that we're building together, and so you get a better shot at some good shit.
Yeah, damn. I mean, in hindsight, I feel like I probably should have been the change I wanted to see in the world, and that I should have just. I feel like had I taken the reins and tried to throw a good party, but I was always trying to head up. Like, so and so's over here. They said all the girls are over here, and you go over there, and just like bouncing around, and then like shooting fireworks out of car windows. Like I said, never that great.
I don't know if this is genuinely how I feel, but it certainly is how I functioned for most of my adult life. Is I don't like chasing girls. Like I like
that's smart.
nah, but specifically like as it relates to the club, like if I like going where I think the girls are going to be, but if I show up and there ain't no girls there, I give up. I go, all right, well, I took my best shot. This is where I'm at tonight.
See, I would during the year, I would usually be that guy. But like New Year's, I feel like I was always searching for that one that I could hang my hat on, and I never really got it.
And that's what always scared me is like, we're about to spend another $20 to $40 taking another big swing. And if this next place sucks, that's 3 drinks I could have had, baby.
Exactly. Well, I mean, I was always rolling with pocket booze, but
hey, me too. Like I told you,
Kraken.
I dump out a vanilla Coke and fill some Kraken in there.
I don't know why, but a vanilla Coke can full of Kraken is like
a bottle. I'm not a fucking animal. Let's wait a goddamn minute here.
Excuse me. A vanilla Coke bottle full of Kraken, I feel like encompasses you in a way that's almost kind of beautiful.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah, it's just like, that's what he was doing.
That's where I was at a certain point in my life, and I'm very pleased to not be there anymore.
Yeah, I hold no regard for New Year's anymore.
No.
I don't hate New Year's resolutions in the way that other people do. Like, I'm like, whatever, man. If that's what you need to jumpstart, or like, it's good to have a way to mark the passage of time, but I ain't got it. Anyways, you want me to read this?
Yeah, please. Olivia sent us some shit.
All right. Watch night service is rooted in African-American religious traditions. During the first watch night, many enslaved African-Americans gathered to pray, worship, sing, and dance. At the time, enslaved Black people could find little respite from ever-present surveillance, even in practicing their faith. White enslavers feared that religion, which was often used to quell slave resistance, could incite the exact opposite if practiced without observance. The occasion, which is like, we know that to be a fact.
But I also think this sort of, if we can unpack at least this first part, I think what I'm hearing is that part of what is being presented to us by Cord is true. That like, yes, slaves did gather for these watch nights, but it wasn't to like see if Massa gets too drunk and falls asleep, and more just like, they don't never let us celebrate in a gathering ever. And since he's in bed or drunk or whatever it is, we finally get a chance to like all hang out and praise God or whatever it is that they decided to do back then.
That does make sense to me, like in a way to like celebrate your own humanity, like a Sunday's best type of situation, right?
Yeah, it's just sort of like, oh, we get to have a night of our own because they're not down our throats like they normally are.
And to that, the idea of continuing the celebration seems good to me. Like, I understand why that would be something that would carry on.
Yeah, it's just a celebration of us in our truest form.
Right.
It sounds like, in a way that just isn't possible any other night of the year.
Exactly. And that's that. So that is beautiful. Church is not that fun, but
but you can do that at the booty club, I think.
Yeah.
I think.
Well, I think there's a level of people liking church, though, in like in Sierra Leone, church is a part. Like, my family loves going to, like, that's the highlight of the, but it's because church is a lot more festive as far as, like, you dress up, they dance. It's very social. That's where you meet romantic partners and all these things. It is like a very enjoyable thing that doesn't have, as far as I can tell, that much to do with religion.
And I'll say this, I think some of my own aversion to church may in fact be because I never had any real friends in church. Like, I never once was like, oh, that dude over there in the other pew is my genuine friend who I would call and hang out with at any time. It's always just like, oh, yeah, it's a kid I go to church with type energy.
Yeah,
and
you were too cool for church?
I don't know that I was too cool. I just didn't like them. You know what I mean? Like, none of them were like fun or like interesting.
Yeah.
And I think maybe that was just always in the back of my mind too much. Even when I was a sort of like proud church going kid, as Cord points out, I still was sort of like, yeah, but I don't want to be a dweeb. I want to be around people who get pussy. I just don't necessarily know that that's my focus right now.
That's commendable. You were truly about the religion of it all.
Yeah, I was truly like, I just want to be on my own journey with this shit. But like, I don't know, these motherfuckers are funny.
That's hilarious. So all that saying that makes sense for the first part. The second part, let's read what else she said. The occasion known as Watch Night or Freedom's Eve marks when African Americans across the country watched and waited for the news of freedom. Today, Watch Night is an annual New Year's Eve tradition that includes the memory of slavery and freedom, reflections on faith, and celebration of community and strength.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. So I feel like the idea behind it was wrong, but like the retelling of the story was wrong, but where your mom came from was a good place. Yeah,
it's not the hero's journey, I think, that maybe we want it to be, of them being like, and then as soon as their eyes shut, we all broke for freedom, as much as it is like they assumed that, hey, it's a new year. maybe there's gonna be some new laws coming down the pipeline, and as it turns out, that's not how white people schedule their emancipation of human beings.
But you could understand why, especially without like a lot of idea on how the system worked at the time. You could understand why that would be maybe a place to look for that.
Yeah, right. You're just scheduling things the way that the world is scheduled. You don't have the ability to like, it's not like you're like well versed in the schedules of Congress and, you know, the passing of bills and shit. You're just like, I don't know, man. Maybe January 1st they'll let us go.
Jesus Christ. Fuck. Does that ever happen to you where the grim realities of slavery just hits you like randomly? Where you're like, God damn it!
It's so sad that I imagine these people talking to their wives and children and being like, I don't know, baby. January 1st is right around the corner. I got a good feeling about this year.
This year didn't happen the other 28 of my years, but damn it.
Something tells me.
He was real nice this year. You see, he was nice all year. God damn it.
Fuck. That's
Jesus.
dark.
And
That's
then, of course,
shit.
Olivia says in the chat, let's take mom to pop bottles in the club. I think we've said it before, but Olivia loves the club, so that's always going to be the angle she comes from.
Olivia, stay in the club.
Stay in the club.
Most of the time when we record these episodes, Olivia's in the club. She says, I like to get here early and pick my spots.
Yeah. She records from the gender neutral toilets because it's quieter there.
She said it's quieter. She ain't willing to go anywhere fully quiet, she says. But
did you ever go to clubs like that had gender neutral toilets?
Yeah. The club, and I want to be careful when I say this, the club makes that feel dangerous.
Yes. Because for me, that was my first big city moment. Because before I moved to San Francisco, I was just in Denver. That was the only club I had been. And really, I was like 22. So I really only been to like the 18 and up clubs. Shout out to Bash.
Yeah. Which
so
are some of the wildest clubs, I would say, are the 18 and up ones.
You want to get your ass beat. You want to get stomped in the club like a little scrappy song, go to the 18 and up club. So I remember coming to San Francisco and a bunch of people I worked with had a birthday party at the club. And I went to the club. They had a gender neutral bathroom. And I was like, oh, this is the big city. Look at me. This is a true urban experience. And like you said, it seems set up for a problem.
No, it's not an issue of like, this person has no right to pee next to this person. I don't want any of that to be conflated inside of this. It truly is just the club, I think, brings out some of the more vile qualities of all of us. Correct. Like we put on fancy shirts and dresses to kind of be animals around each other in a way that the club, its darkness and its shadows kind of like hides. And then you put bathrooms in the mix of that, and it just feels like you're creating a bad cocktail of behavior.
Yeah, I don't even like it in there. But I'm not like in the business of going to the bathroom in the club, pee or poop. I mean, obviously not. But like,
I go pee a lot.
I try not to.
Big pee guy.
Yeah. The club stresses me out, though. And I think that's why I never got to be a huge club person, is because the club stresses me out in a way where I was like, I guess if I get really drunk, this will be fun. And then I'm like too drunk in a situation where I would like to not be that drunk in.
Yeah, but that was what my cracking era was all about. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I got drunk in the club.
That's why I was drinking the black rum and going out the way I was. It was just sort of like, man, this place becomes so much more bearable when you are like on the verge of blackout and you're just wandering through.
Because then the lines are blurred enough for you to feel as though you have the opportunities and things. Like you feel like a different person when you're drunk in the club.
Yeah,
when you're sober in the club, I don't think I've ever felt more like me, myself, who I am, than being stone sober. You know what I'm saying? I'm painfully aware of myself and my shortcomings.
It's not only is it me, but it's the me I like the least that is that is sober in the club.
Because it's the me in competition with all these people now. You know what I mean? It's not the quirky, interesting me who marches to the beat of his own drum. It's just rank and file. We all got on these T-shirts, and I look the dumbest in it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You're just staring down the line like, fuck.
Out of 80 pairs of white Air Force Ones in here, somehow I have the dirtiest.
And mine got the most dust. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And you're saying the music's too loud for me to show my personality. Okay.
That was my whole issue. I can't even. So I got nothing but visual. There's nothing going on. I got nothing. I can't make no jokes. It's loud enough to say, do you want to dance? You want to drink? My name is David. That's all you got in there.
No, it's tough. It's a tough business in the club.
Shout out to the people who can navigate it well. Shout out to Olivia. You know.
Shout out to Olivia.
And all the club rats.
So I guess to Cord's suggestion of this being about slaves escaping, that is not true, it seems. Unfortunately, I don't think that there's any real history of slaves like making their big break on New Year's. But I think the idea of freedom naturally, all of our dreams sort of circulate around the fresh start of a new year. And in that way, slaves are no different. They sought their own type of new happiness at the start of the year. And God damn it, did they hope for freedom right at January 1st.
Yeah, I think that was the least depressing way you could have summed that up. Well said. Well, truly well said. God damn.
All right. It's bad. It's bad around here.
It's almost like slavery was difficult.
That's about right. Do you want to tell the people where they can find you and what cool shit you have going on?
Cool Guy Jokes 87 on Instagram. Patreon.com/David Borey. It's free. Go on and sign up. Got a bunch of videos, got a bunch of interviews on there. When the special comes out, you'll have to pay. But at that point, you will have been inundated with probably hours of free content. You won't mind chucking up a little 15 for your boy one time.
You'll be hooked. You'll be a sick little crackhead.
Yeah, they've been calling them barbarians over there. So maybe that's how you will self-identify.
That's beautiful.
And then also Exploding Kittens on Netflix, July 12th.
And as always, you can follow me at Langston Kerman on all social media platforms, and go watch my special Bad Poetry on Netflix, August 20th. And if you want to send us your own drops, your own conspiracy theories, if you want to tell us what day slaves did agree to escape on every year, send it all to mymommapod@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you. Like, subscribe, rate, review, romance, send it, do it all, do that thing, and we'll see you next time. Bye, bitch.
I got no friend in this village.
Motherfucking mini episode. Motherfucking mini episode. Motherfucking mini episode. Motherfucking mini episode.